Wait. So a few years ago, I was in the midst of trying a murder case in another county. I was in the process of cross-examining the crime scene officer. And in that case, there was blue tape around tying up the ends of a blanket where the deceased's body was found. So part of my cross-examination had to do with all of the scientific ways that you could gather evidence to establish the identity of the killer. So the fact that there was blue tape, presumably the individual that killed her, their DNA would be on the blue tape. I had a roll of blue tape because I always like to demonstrate things for a jury. People are very visual, I'm very visual, and so people learn in a lot of different ways. So I always like to reenact something. So I have the witness on the stand, I'm questioning him, and I'm talking about fingerprints could have been lifted from the tape and DNA from the tape, as a matter of fact. He's taking issue with that and he doesn't agree with me. And so I literally pick up my roll of blue tape and I said, well, it looks as though the tape is torn. And he goes, yes. And I said, so if I just did this with my teeth, and I tore the blue tape. And for whatever reason, the prosecutor begins to lose his mind. And he stands up and he's like, objection, objection, objection. She's testifying, she's testifying. And in cross-examination, that's what you're allowed to do. You're allowed to lead a witness. You're allowed to act something out and say, isn't that true? And the judge is confused. And he looks over at the prosecutor and he goes, overruled? This is cross-examination? And so, of course, then I start all over again. And I ask my question, and the prosecution objects again, and the judge gives the same ruling, only this time it's like overruled. This is cross. So ultimately, the witness has to admit that, yes, if I do like this, my saliva, which contains my DNA, would be on the tape. We take a break. And the table, everybody's at one table in this old courtroom. The table's kind of scratchy. It's got sharp wooden edges. And the prosecution is complaining about how it's cutting hose or suit or something like that. And I pick up my blue tape and I go, too soon? For them to fix the scratch table. And it was too soon. They could not laugh about it. But we laughed heartily, and so did the judge.